Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Dippin' Shitty coming at you again. Wow, so much more of an echo in this space than my previous one. Anywho, it's time for an AEW review, the post Full Gear episode of AEW. Ooh, let's see how they're gonna start this new journey into the new wrestling gear. Let's find out. This is a review. Let's do it. So we opened up the night with a new intro video packaging. I liked it. You can go and check out my thoughts on it before. Should be in the description. But for now, we start the night out with Team Taz. With Taz coming on the mic, basically coming to speak on the fact that the matter is that Team Taz ain't getting no respect, even though they both the Machine, Brian Cage, and Absolute Ricky Stark are high on the rankings for some title opportunities coming soon. In particular, the fact that Darby Allin got a shot for them with obnoxious congratulations. But before that, it's time to prove why Team Taz has two of the best in the biz. With Brian Cage going on to take on Matt Sydal, with the match starting out to be expected. Brian Cage, being the big muscly man it is, takes control early on, and is just showing his strength, tossing young Sydal around. Hitting his curls. Don't mind me, I've been screaming all day. Hitting them curls with that man's body. And Sydal mounted a decent comeback. Actually, a great showing of a comeback. Not only his speed, agile, striking ability, but even his ability to actually slam the Machine, which is no easy feat. That being said, at the end of the day, Brian Cage closes the match with a very impressive drill call coming from catching Sydal midair into the setup position. And then we get the 1, 2, 3, and now it's time for Absolute Ricky Stark to come on the mic. He is very nice. You gotta hear him twice. As he, again continues to go on about the fact that he and Team Taz will go on to show everyone in AEW why they deserve everything. And I'm down for that. I'm down for that call. That's not bad. This shit, boy. As far as my grade for that match, this is like a minor stop in a bigger overarching feud with Darby Allin. So it's like a nice little piss stop. The match was okay. It was alright. It's not in any of my top 10s as far as AEW openers, but it was enjoyable, and it's also nice to see other guys getting some shine on Dynamite. So I'll go ahead and get that one a B+. Good on you, boys. Let's get on to the next one. So after that, we get Cody Rhodes coming down to make an announcement. Well, what's next for him? Now, it's hard for us to say because he cannot challenge for the AEW Championship. So he does say that he will eventually challenge for the TNT title, just not right now. Which is fine. Keep that in your back pocket. I like that. He more or less is going to become the face of that division. And essentially that is going to be, his go-to for the foreseeable future, or until he finds a way or a loophole into title contingency. Because we would still love to see Cody Rhodes with that big, beautiful gold belt. There we go. But he does bring up the fact that there's an L to his record that he has to make up for, which is obviously MJF. But before he gets to it, he is interrupted by some new woman, and oh my God, is she so fit? Those abs, oh my God, ooh la la, quite thick and muscular. I got me a thing for a muscular thing. So does my lady. But that's not the point here, because she comes in, hits some nice little points on him, basically talking about how ain't nothing giant on him, while he once proclaimed himself to be a giant killer. Something that should only belong to Rey Mysterio. Oh my God, I got the alfalfa going. Don't mind this, baby. There we go. Yeah, that proclaiming himself to be John Killing, basically saying that somebody is gonna come and handle on Cody. But before this young woman leaves, her name is Jade Cargill or Cargill or Cargyle, I believe Cargyle. Brandy comes out here and shows that side of Brandy she'll never see. She unleashes the black side, the auntie side, the side that had me thinking that she's about to go ahead and have y'all get a switch or a belt to get that asshole up. Ooh, Brandy, I fucks with you. Like, give me more of this. But then again, I'm also a pretty ghetto and ratchet and loud person, so I fucking love this. Right before Cody was attacked by Team Taz. Now, upon that attack, Darby, who had been up top listening to everything, came down in a thumbtack jack dress code. Dress suit. I just know the deal. Basically, saving his body in to help Cody, and then as they dispatched Team Taz, out came Will Hobbs. Will Hobbs came late. Now that I'm wondering if this could be leading to him actually joining Team Taz. I don't know yet because they don't really have anything going on with Will Hobbs. So I'm concerned, but just gotta wait and see. But Will Hobbs is coming kind of last minute to be helping him out. I don't know if they're trying to be logical about it or what, but it's something. So I guess it's something that we'll just have to look into. And then following the Cody segment, we have a recap of the Omega Hangman match. Quick videos, clips or everything. That's cool. Then we go into a backstage interview with Moxley. Moxley basically saying that before he came in here, he didn't really care. When he came to AEW, he didn't really care about how to go. All he wanted to do was come in, break bones, and fuck motherfuckers up. But then, once he got that belt, once he was, marked as the best wrestler alive currently, he had to go ahead and be like, you know what? This belt represents more. This represents every man, woman, and young American that's out here not being able to work and striving for greatness, striving to do better, basically becoming a role model. And then letting it be known that, you know what? I beat Kenny Omega once. I did it. I did the impossible. I beat the best wrestler on the planet. And it's not going to be easy for me to do it. So Moxley now with some of these promos with some of his more difficult challengers, he's actually giving them their props and saying that he might not actually win, which is perfectly fine. I don't know if I want to win against Omega, but from there we do get the setup that we're going to have Moxley versus Omega December 2nd. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen this soon. I thought they would have pushed this down to Revolution. Oof. I don't even know if it's going to be much of a special, but either way it goes, December 2nd, Moxley Omega. The first official match between these two. Keep that in mind. Official. That lights out match was unsanctioned. It does not count. It was never on the records. And they're sticking to it. I like the continuity. I like them keeping to what they set up. If certain matches don't count, it don't count. If certain matches do count, it does count. Good shit. Good shit. After the segment, it's time for the Bunkhouse match. A match I was so excited for the moment I heard it. And I have to say, was not disappointed. And in fact, I was very much enjoying the way they had to set up. Now then, the Bunkhouse is no different from any other scenario-based hardcore street fight, no DQ match out there, except with this one we had tornado tag rules, so both members going at it, which can be both good and bad, because if it's like not entertaining enough, or you don't get enough action just kind of peppered throughout, it's gonna become boring and dull. But if you are intrigued, if you have guys that are interested, if you have enough energy behind every move, if you can kind of find a way to keep it very smooth, it works just fine. Just as any other tornado tag match will work. And this one, it worked, because this has actually been a long time feud that's been built for a long time. I knew the moment the Bunny linked up with the Nightmare Family, linked up with QT, there was something going on there and brewing. And she got it to where most of us thought, well, maybe it is a good thing, until Eddie Kingston came along and kind of was like, hey, go handle that. Brought back Bunny, left, fucked up QT's credit, all the other good shit. Now it's time for some revenge. Especially after they got jumped like last week. Woo. is much needed. QT comes in flying straight for the blade. So they're going ahead and getting at it. Dustin, the natural, is taking on the Butcher and gets it early. Final reckoning on the Butcher on a chair. Oh, it looks so dirty. But it appears that QT got bloodied up first. This match was crazy. It was all over the place. Nothing was off limits. Also, I do like the throwback aesthetic to the Natural Nightmares being in the pants and the boots. Kind of like when the Natural had his bunkhouse match back in WCW, the one that got him fired the first time. Bet you didn't know that. The aesthetic was pleasing, and then like I said, this is like action all around. It was hard hitting. I think I saw I saw a bulldog off the stairway. An amazing elbow drop from the top of the ladder. A very brutal nut shot. I'm talking about one of them good old kicks that way you get the and you gotta bounce all the way up. I'm talking about hands on groins up in air. Good shit. These guys was fighting like they had a point to prove, and Allie getting every opportunity she could, just trying to fuck with them. Let's go on to the final stretch. Don't know where the fuck it just got. QT was a little bit smarter. After ducking the attempted chair to the face, didn't hit the discus forearm, knocking into the blade, who knocked in the alley. Alley went through the table, and then, you know, the Natural Nightmares just go ahead and close in on Blade. The Natural Nightmares get the win. And for the fact that we had this long-term booking story, it made sense. In fact, they had to go, it was going on for so long that you completely forgot about the story, as everything else happened around in the Nightmare family with them kind of happened on their own before going back to what I knew was going to happen in the very fucking beginning. Also, so long ago, and then finally having an outcome be this match with the babyfaces winning and being on top. This one gets an A. I thought about simply going with a B plus because I'm not gonna lie, I felt like it dragged on a little too long, but I'm just like, but it actually had good story going, like long-term story building. They stuck to it. It makes sense. This is an actual feud, and there was some good amount of blood. Like this actually could have been on a pay-per-view. No lie. That's why it gets an A from me. Good shit, boys. Good shit like that was. Yeah. Next, we have the induction ceremony for MJF into the Inner Circle, and it was okay. I mean, I didn't really get much from statement, except for the fact that this nigga MJF quoted Drake twice. No. I kind of wasn't into it. I kind of like faded out of it fairly quickly. Obviously, I already realized that MJF coming into the Inner Circle is going to be what helps push Sammy out of the Inner Circle. And from the looks of it, possibly Ortiz, maybe Ortiz, but possibly Ortiz, because I don't see Ortiz liking the vibe neither. And I think keeping the Inner Circle in a 5-man format works best. And also, Ortiz is like, I can see Ortiz having his own little, it's funny, I can see Ortiz being single and actually going in a TNT or FTW, see him hold them either belts. Just because he's fucking a little out there, a little crazy, but also quite entertaining. Like I don't see Ortiz as ever being world champion. Santana, I can see as a world champion. Ortiz, I can see him as being TNT champ. And actually get a nice little follow in the crowd. Like come on, that Tiger style be fucking killing it, bro. But the segment was alright. He's in the Inner Circle. He tricked Sammy out of it. Blah, 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 blah. Good getting out of it because, like I said, I just didn't care more. Next, we have Alex Marvez trying to get an interview backstage with the Bucks, with the key point being, look, we're tired, we're hurt. We were supposed to have a match tonight, but due to match things that happened, so we'll be seeing the Bucks will be coming in next week, going up against Team Top Flight. Who actually I think had a pretty good match on Dark this week. So it's nice to see that. It's gonna be nice to see them go at it with the Bucks on a not on my proper. This is gonna be good. This is like some real good pop exposure. Could there be some teams that kind of compare them? I'm not quite sure, but hey, my brother's getting on there, so I'm down with it. I'm feeling it. But following that, it's time to have another long story build grudge match, as we have Shawn Spears going up against Scorpio Sky. And a feud that's actually going on for like a few months now. Happening mostly on Dark, you know. You know, Spears has actually been on a pretty good run. I think he's on like he's got like 11 solid wins for the year. Scorpio Sky is like right there, not that far from him. I can't remember his record. But but this match, it was really good. It got hot with both men like really trying to struggle for control. And it's like neither man is like letting the other get too far ahead. Like one gets a couple strikes in, drops the other one pops up and comes back with his own little moveset. And then what it starts going down to is that once Scorpio begins to like start really grabbing for control and lead early on, Spears has to go ahead and hit a little cat and mouse chase going, and then basically catch Scorpio slipping, where he begin to go on fucking him up, put him in, just like tear the man down. And that's going into commercial break, which is kind of what I believe the formula with AEW is like. Going into a commercial break is when your heels are going to be taken over. Basically. Coming back, Scorpio Sky, he starts mounting his combat, getting his offense in, actually outmaneuvering and outsmarting Shawn Spears on a couple of occasions, but get caught slipping by the side steps. You don't fuck around the side steps, get that ass dropped on the side. Then you know they got to get the action back in. Boom, boom, boom. What happens? Scorpio gets this man in the Scorpio Deathlock or sharpshooter, if you feel the need to. And Shawn Spears mustering the strength to break off, and then the managerial skills of one Tully Bledger came in handy, because what he do? He goes in, puts a bag in the top corner. The bag got one of the metal slugs that are ready to go ahead and bow a nigga in the face. But what Tully does is has a second slug that he tosses out by Scorpio, and Scorpio sees, he's like, get this shit the fuck out of here! And basically Aubrey and Scorpio focuses on that. Aubrey's having a reprimand Tully, only for Scorpio to get hit with the slug that Shawn already had, get him to 1, 2, 3. So that basically starts him up ahead in this feud. This does not end here. There has to be more with this. But this was actually good. I enjoyed the match. It makes me want more. To me, I'm always, if we're gonna get something that can actually be a long-term feud, you give me a good solid beginning. You gotta make that thing build for the second one. Like, it's gotta be overswelling with fucking build and injury. And then when it comes to the final, if it is going to be the final, or at least when it comes to your third match, that's where you gotta go all out and really fuck some shit up. That was a good, solid, grounded match. I know I would like more, and people only know it was pretty good. I feel like it's something I would probably like a little bit more time to, and I don't know. I obviously feel like I want, like I know I want more. This one, just like, I can't really say that there's more I need right now. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say, no, it gets a nice little A- from me. It was okay. Like I said, there were times where I was getting out of it. I personally think that this should have been on a pay-per-view, or kind of in a dark format, just because I don't have to do with commercials. But either way it goes, that was solid. That was good. They got their times in. Good on them. But after that match, we have another interview with Kenny Omega as he's leaving. Now, Kenny Omega is apparently heading to the airport. He was on the phone, ring a ding 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 ding. Not too sure what's going on, who was talking to, but there's always a point to all of this. He was in quite a hurry to get the fuck out of there. But what he does say is that, look, I have taken a break. Everybody wants the cleaner from New Japan to come back. You know what? That's fine. You can get the cleaner like I just didn't have it, but now it's there. I'm awake and I've got that hunger, that fire in my stomach, and you know what? I've never lost to Jon Moxley. Check the record books. I tried to find out. I have not lost to Jon Moxley. Again, that Lights Out No Sanction match, that did not count. Fucking great that they're actually keeping continuity like this. I fucking love it. And Kenny, you know, just like, no surprise, like, this is what the fuck I do. I does wrestling. I am the best. Nobody stopping me. And I'm coming to take what's mine. That's gonna be a good match. I am excited to see, because here's the thing. Moxley was on his hardcore shit, but this Moxley a year later is more combat heavy. He's more strikes, combinations, lock sequences. He doesn't need the paradigm shift or the Death Rider, you know, New Japan. He doesn't need that. He's got submissions on his game. He is a hybrid fighter, and I dig it. So this is going to be a great match again. December 2nd is when we're going to get that thing going. I'm excited for it. Next, you know, the ladies got to get their time. When 8:30 hits, that's when the women got to have their match. It's unfortunate how they basically are kind of redoing it from the ground up with this women's division, but you know what? All I can do is wait, because it was actually nice to see women in the ring that, while I've seen Red Velvet on Dynamite a couple times, I think that this was like a much better show for her, because she was going up against Tay Conti, who herself has had a match or two on Dynamite and was a major feature in the women's tag tournament. But here, both of those women actually put on a good show. I mean, with Red Velvet's small stature, speed, and technical skill, because she's a solid technical wrestler, mixed with Tay Conti in the position being the bigger opponent, and also her judo and freestyle wrestling skills, they flowed and meshed fairly well. I was actually really digging this match. I was upset because I already knew what the time was going to be like, but I actually forgot about it once the match was going, once it was getting into, seeing both women like go back at it and whatnot. And then even whenever Anna Jay decided she was going to get her little mitts in, try and put the chair in and be like, tag, Ty, take it, hit her. And Ty's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. And I legit thought that it was game over when Red Velvet hit that running boot to the face. I thought it was going to be 1, 2, 3. No, it didn't. And Tay Conti actually, on her own merits, was able to come back and get the win. I was like, yes. Now, I don't see this being something that will spark into Tay Conti and does they have a problem? But it does nice to see that, you know, she is rejecting the Dark Order, who were moving in the background, kind of waiting on her to join. We don't know if she won't join, but we gotta wait and see. They did get Colt Cabana. But I was originally going to give this a low grade because I have to punish AEW for not giving their women time. But I can make an exception for the night A, because we did have the nice segment with the young woman earlier. That was enjoyable. I was alright with that. And this match was really good, even though it was so quick. About maybe a little less than 10 minutes. It was still enjoyable. I was still into it. So I'll go ahead and say it's good. It gets a solid B. No, it gets a B plus for me. I gotta get the women their props. They did their thing tonight. But now, match of the motherfucking night. Sort of. The match that I've been most excited for, the Lucha Brothers. I don't think this one hit as hard. It's like excels and does not match their previous encounter, but it was still good, especially with the storyline going on, because the brawls are coming in hot. Get that fast-paced, high-octane lucha style that we know and love. When it comes to your lucha, I'm getting into lucha. I'm over here checking out Triple A. I dig it, even though I can't really understand it. And these guys was doing great, but obviously we need to go for a heel, and it starts with Pentagon, that dirty motherfucker starts ripping his brother's mask. Cardinal Sin begins to beat on his brother. There's no family, and Eddie Kingston being on the mic, obviously in the corner of Penta. Oh man, I was like heartbroken, but I'm also like, I really fucking like Penta. But also it made Ray's comeback that much greater, because it's Ray being the babyface, and he's not taking that shit. Because not only does he come back, starts whipping on that ass, he has to give my man Penta the receipt for coming at my mask. I'm gonna come at your mask. Bitch. Oh my god, it was actually really good. And then going, like, literally every instance is like, it seems like they're upping the ante with the moves more and more and more. But if this is going to be a proper feud, it's only right that Penta took the win. 1, 2, 3, Penta gets the win on this one. That means they are 1-1. There should be a rubber match, but y'all hold this off. Y'all hold it off for a minute. But Eddie Kingston, again, being on the mic, basically saying that he kind of, basically suggesting that he kind of been in the ear of his best friend Penta, letting him know, hey, you know, you're the star, you're a big one, and Penta might be the biggest star of the two Lucha Brothers, but that's not taken away from Phoenix. Phoenix is fucking amazing. Dude. This match, because I gotta say it now before I talk about anything else. This match, it gets an A- for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it was great. It was a great fucking match. It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit the same length as the last one. But this was still solid. It was still good. I still fucked with it heavy. Now in post match, Eddie Kingston's disrespectful bitch ass goes ahead and kicks out Ray from the motherfucking ring as he's praising Penta. But you don't get that long because out comes a bastard. And he has to come and tell Eddie, you're fucked up, mate. You've been a real bad boy. And you're gonna suffer. Oh my God. I'm so amped to see these motherfuckers collide at some point. I am amped to see what new group is going to be formed since Death Triangle isn't happening. We're also going to get a babyface finish, which by extension could make a babyface pack. Or a tweener pack. Either way it goes. That's got me excited for that to close it out the night perfectly. Whoo boy. This was a good show. And I like that this show put more spotlight on the other guys. Now obviously you got your main guys who got spotlight. The biggest downer for me is probably the MJF segment. That was the lowest point for me. I don't want any more of this. And I think this is more on Jericho. And I think that MJF is enjoying it because here's the thing. MJF's going to go along with all of this because he's going to turn on Jericho and take over the Inner Circle some kind of fucking way. And I'm down with that. I'm fine with that. That is perfect. That is perfect because I know how this works. We've seen this format and it still fucking works. With that said, as far as how the night went, I'm going to go ahead and say tonight was a solid A-. A- to a B+, depending on where you feel in the berries, but I'm gonna take where I'm at. It's an A-. It was sólido, it was good. I definitely like seeing more non-regulars getting more time and spotlight. Definitely like seeing Sean and Scorpio up on Dynamite proper instead of just on Dark. Anyway, I have to go and edit this video, which means it's probably not gonna be out until the following morning because I did this shit at like 11 at night. Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. Hey, if you're watching, please like, share, subscribe. I'm on this thing trying to get to 1,000 subs. I'm trying to be able to go live on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So, with that in mind, I'm going to talk to y'all later. It's been your boy, WXG the Doria. Y'all have a good one. Peace.